Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Anaïs Bourdieu is a French fashion designer, and she's quite successful in it. She's the brand manager for a fashion label dealing today in leather goods. But that's not why she's become well known. By the way, although I said she's a French fashion designer, she was actually born in South Korea, and she was adopted as a baby and raised in France. But the reason why she's become well known is because of something that happened while she was studying fashion design in the UK. And she was on a London bus whenever she got an incoming message on her smartphone. And Anaïs looked at her phone, and her friend had sent her a still clip, a screen grab from a YouTube video that showed somebody that looked exactly like her. And a friend said, "Isn't this weird? Look, here's this actress in a film that looks just like you." Well, she looked and she was like, "Gosh, that really does look like me." And she tried to put it out of her mind, but kept coming back thinking about it again. And so she looked up to see who this actress was and discovered that she was an actress in the United States, in Los Angeles, called Samantha Futterman. And so in the end, she tracked Samantha Futterman down on Facebook and sent her a Facebook request. So Samantha Futterman, she was actually having the premiere of her movie was happening the next day. So she was at a friend's house getting her nails done to look her best for the movie premiere. And while she was waiting for the nails to dry, she was just sort of messing around on her phone a little bit. And she saw this Facebook request that came in. And when she clicked on it to see who was requesting her, she saw a face that looked like her, looking back at her, and thought, "Oh my goodness, somebody's set up a Facebook profile using my picture. It's like they've hacked or cloned my account." But when she looked a bit closer, she realized that this wasn't her. This was somebody who looked exactly like her. Now, by the way, this is not totally unknown. Many people do have doppelgangers, people who look so like them that you'd swear it was them. I remember one time I had been travelling out of Belfast airport to a conference somewhere, and I was flying back in, and I'm walking late at night. I'm tired through the airport, and I look through to there's a waiting area there, and I see a man there who looks just like my dad. However, my dad had died 5 years earlier. And it just threw me totally because it just looked totally like my dad. I remember on another occasion I was preaching in a church in Orlando, Florida, and I looked down and there's a girl sat in the congregation looking up at me who looks like my daughter Kirsty, like not just a little bit like her, looks exactly like her, even down to the hairstyle and the same style of glasses. And I'm not often lost for words, but I actually just lost the train of my thought when I think, what is Kirsty doing here? And in fact, the next time I went back to Orlando, I actually had Kirsty with me. So we went and visited the church, and I put the two of them face to face, and they look at each other and go, "Well, this is weird." So some of us do have doppelgangers. And so Anaïs and Samantha thought maybe this was what was the case. So they arranged a Skype call. They talked together in that video Skype call, and realized they looked exactly like each other, and they had similar tastes and similar activities and everything else. They ended up getting a DNA test done, and they were twin sisters. Both born in South Korea, obviously. Both had been adopted. One had ended up living in Los Angeles. The other one had ended up living in France. Didn't know they had a sister, and then suddenly discovered they had twin sisters. There's a movie being made about it called Twinsters that shares their story and how, having been separated from birth, they managed to meet up again. They did try to contact their birth mother, but the birth mother denied ever having given birth to twins at all. We don't know quite why. So in the end, they just sent her a message saying, "Thank you for giving us life," and sort of left it there. But I was thinking about these twin sisters, born together, meant to be together, but separated at birth and somehow reunited. It's like a miraculous thing, reunited after all these years. And that's actually a faint picture of what happens when we are reconciled with God. God created us to share fellowship with him. God created us that we could have an intimate relationship with him. And through sin, that was lost. And we end up growing up in sin. We end up separated from God. And then, through the gospel of Jesus Christ, we have this incredible opportunity to meet with God. And you know what? When you enter into a relationship with Jesus Christ, you realize this was where you were always meant to be. This was why God created us. For one reason or another, it didn't work out like that for quite a few years, but we end up back in a relationship with God, right with the one that we were meant to be with the whole time. So wonderful as the movie Twinsters and the whole premise behind it is, wonderful as the story of Ananias Bourdier and Samantha Futterman is, in fact, it's not nearly as wonderful as the fact that we can be reconciled to the God who made us in his image to spend eternity with him. I pray that today you're walking in that relationship. If not, reach out to him today by faith. God bless you today, and join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.